All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Urban Spokesman. My name is Chris Sanders, and today I'm giving micromobility users the news they need to stay up to speed on micromobility and urban infrastructure in New York City. Yes, good news. Congestion pricing is finally arrived. Governor Hochul is relaunching congestion pricing with a $9 base toll, and that's according to sources. I think those sources are probably her. Uh, they're planning to start congestion pricing on December 29th of 2024. Um, she is signaling that she wants to launch this thing. Whoops. Uh, she is signaling that she wants to launch this thing uh, with a $9 toll starting out, and then she is going to move it to $15 gradually over time. $9 was the lowest that would achieve the goals of the New York State legislation. So, so while it's not the white horse, it is something. We're happy with it slightly, but we're also happy with the prospect of getting the full benefit of the $15 congestion pricing toll. Yeah, this is great. Let's see here. Let's read from the article a little bit. Governor Kathy Hochul. Oh, let me get my glasses. We'll make this easy on ourselves. Governor Kathy Hochul plans to relaunch the MTA's congestion pricing program with a $9 base toll for passenger cars, marking a 40% reduction from the price previously approved by the MTA, according to four sources briefed on the governor's plan. Those sources who were not authorized to speak on the matter Wednesday said Hochul plans to eventually increase the base toll. Hochul's office confirmed she will make an announcement regarding mass transit funding on Thursday. That's tomorrow. And just to let you know, the activists were planning a rally tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning to push Governor Hochul to implement the congestion pricing program that was written and is within the law. So back to the article. Sources who spoke to the Gothamist named competing start dates for the new toll program. One source with direct knowledge of Hochul's plan, who is not authorized to speak on the topic, said the MTA board plans to approve the new tolls during the next meeting on November 20th, and that the governor plans to relaunch the program on December 29th. Another source briefed on the topic said they were told the tolls would launch the first week of 2025. The governor's move comes just over a week after the election and more than 5 months after she abruptly paused congestion pricing weeks before it was set to launch. New York State lawmakers first approved the program in 2019 with the goal of charging drivers a fee for entering Manhattan south of 60th Street. The MTA previously planned to charge a $15 base toll starting June 30th. The revenue from the program is legally required to fund $15 billion worth of essential repairs to the MTA's transit systems. In pausing the program, Hochul claimed the tolls would be too costly for drivers who are already wrestling with inflation. Two sources said the governor was asked by congressional Democratic leaders to hold off on launching the tolls until after the election in hopes of winning competitive House races in the city's suburbs. President-elect Donald Trump has vowed to kill congestion pricing once he takes office, but transit advocates say Trump will have a harder time dismantling the tolls if they launch by the time he takes office. Local Republicans have vowed to challenge the program. The lower price would save motorists who drive into Manhattan 5 days a week, $1,500 over the course of a year compared to the prior plan, but Hochul's expected to face questions as to whether the lower toll will discourage motorists from entering the city to reduce congestion in the same way a $15 toll would have, which was one of the key goals of congestion pricing. Governor Hochul paused congestion pricing because a daily $15 toll was too much for hard-working New Yorkers in this economic climate. Governor Hochul spokesperson Avi Small wrote in a statement on Wednesday, "Tomorrow the governor will announce the path forward to fund mass transit, unclog our streets, and improve public health by reducing air pollution." Multiple sources said Hochul plans to announce a new slate of revenue streams to fill the gap of at least $33 billion in the MTA's 5-year construction plan that begins next year. The sources were not briefed on where the revenue would come from, but transit advocates have previously pitched state tax hikes as a way to pay for the plan. And let me tell you, I disagree with state tax hikes. Certainly not for everyone. No. I like the pay for what you use model. I think that's best. In any case, Hochul's announcement will come a day before her legal team is mandated to provide its latest response to a pair of lawsuits filed by advocates that aim to force the MTA to move forward with the tolls. They should be able to stand this up relatively swiftly. Justin Bellick, a state program director for the environmental group Evergreen Action, which filed an amicus brief supporting congestion pricing in one of the lawsuits. The governor's team has thought about this carefully. The MTA has thought about this carefully. All the environmental work under the NEPA has really been done already. We were ready to go, as folks know, before the pause. The news of the program's relaunch is slated to set up a fight between Hochul and local Republicans who campaigned against the tolls ahead of this month's election. On Wednesday, 5 Republican Congress members from New York sent a letter to Trump asking him to permanently halt congestion pricing in Manhattan by rescinding the Federal Highway Administration approval. The letter was signed by Representatives Mike Lawler of the Hudson Valley, Nicole Malliotakis of Staten Island, and Andrew Garbarino, Nick LaLota, and Anthony D'Esposito of Long Island. D'Esposito, I think he lost his election. Poor that. Congestion pricing, the latest in a long string of tyrannical taxes, has been pressed forward through consistent opposition about the burden on New York families and workers, they wrote. So these are people, they want to be able to drive into New York City and not finance any of the streets and any of the local infrastructure that's being degraded. They think that New York is supposed to be a playground for rich people out in Long Island somewhere, don't know where. But in New York, you have to pay for what you use. That's New York City. And we're not asking you to pay for all of New York. We're just asking you to pay for the busiest part of New York, because that infrastructure gets worn down the fastest. And, you have people competing with residents for parking. You have them double parking. You have them speeding through. Like, this is like a highway out in the middle of, suburban America or rural America. And New York is a big city, and we have to prioritize the needs of the citizens of New York City, in particular, the citizens who live directly in the Manhattan commercial business district. All right, let me know what you think down in the comments about congestion pricing. Voice, your support and your concerns. Always welcome here. Love to hear the back and forth. All right, let's make it a great day.